Hello, good afternoon to you. Welcome to Business. The Agric Ministry is working to give a major boost to cashew production under the Planting for Jobs and Investments initiative set to be launched later this year. The move is part of efforts to increase export earnings from one of the nation's highest agric non-traditional export earner, cashew. Speaking to Joy Business, Deputy Minister for Food and Agriculture, George Udro, explains registration is already underway for the project to begin.
According to statistics by the Ghana Export Promotion, cashew is currently the leading agriculture non-traditional export earner in the country. In 2016, cashew fetched the country $197 million, representing 53% of the total export revenue generated by non-traditional exports. Following the potential identified in cashew production, the Ministry for Food and Agriculture is working to double production under the Planting for Jobs and Investments.
This year we are going to do what we call Planting for Jobs and Investments, and the cashew falls under that project. They are targeting that money because we have identified certain areas in the country where cashew is going to be produced a lot. So very soon, the Minister for Local Government, Honorable Collins team, will launch that program, and you know exactly which areas we are going to do this cashew project.
The Deputy Minister, George Udro, further explains registration for the project has already commenced.
Now we have asked people to register. You have to go to the District Director of Agri. You register. My name is Sheila. I want to do 5 acres of cashew. Then based on that, after we finish the data, that will enable us to know the exact number of people who are going to engage in that sector and the amount of money needed. In fact, within the budget, you have that money ready sitting there waiting for them to carry out that project.
As efforts are being made to boost cashew production, the Ghana Export Promotion Authority has expressed the hope of reaping a significant increase in cashew export earnings, targeting over $250 million from international trade of the commodity in 2018.
Now, the head of the European Union delegation in Ghana, William Hanna, is urging government to be firm in handling its expenditure control mechanisms, as well as widen the tax net to rope in more taxpayers to improve revenue generation of the country. This, he says, will enable the country to save more money to enhance its beyond aid agenda. William Hanna was speaking with George Wiafe.
The move to try and change the relationship between development partners and countries like Ghana has it's been over a long period, but we see definitely a commitment to this beyond aid vision, and we see that aid has been declining over the years anyway. But the key areas that we see that are important are indeed this question of domestic resource mobilization, and as the Minister was saying, cutting down on wastage, cutting down on saving money from tightening expenditure controls. As he pointed out in what he was saying, if that is done well, more money can be saved even than the aid that's provided. So and that's why one of the projects which we're funding today is working on supporting Ghana in public financial management, supporting the Auditor General's office, for example. If expenditure can be controlled, and if the tax basis can be widened, then aid is no longer necessary. That's the way forward, and we see certainly Ghana is taking a lead. There's a lot of work to be done to raise the part of taxation to cut down on expenditure. The Minister was pointing to some results which have been achieved over the last year, and that's the direction it has to go. What we need to see is that instead of a country being dependent on aid, it is dependent on its own resources, and this is happening already. I said in my remarks that 15-20 years ago, 16% of was coming from aid, and today it's only maybe 2%. So it's been declining over time. If the country gets its domestic resource mobilization better, tightens its controls, then it can grow in the future, and we're happy to support that growth.
And that's all on business for now. We'll bring you more business updates on the marketplace. My name is Emmanuel Abuaji. Have a good afternoon.